Hi, this is Chris Brunhaber here with PS Audio. I've got the most impressive backdrop in the building here, our music room 2 with IRS-5 speakers behind me and our full perfect wave stack. So here we go, answering some questions about speakers and rooms and acoustics and all that kind of stuff. So this is a question from Magnus from Edmonton, Alberta. He says, something's been on my mind lately. When you create a product, whether it be loudspeakers, amplifiers, etc., does every single component need to be engineered by you and your team? I'm talking about everything from transistors, LEDs, and volume pots all the way up to the drivers or any other large item. Or do you order the smaller components from other companies and focus on the bigger components yourself? Just wondering, because I'm curious about legality of using other companies' products. And thanks for your time. Well, I can speak to the loudspeaker engineering stuff here. Yes, of course, with our electronics, we're not engineering everything down to the transistor level. And speakers are a little different than electronics in that it's a simple enough device in some ways that you can engineer your own drive units and components and things. And sometimes that really does make the most sense. So you're sort of creating the ingredients and creating the recipe. And in the case of our flagship speakers, we are actually engineering all of the drive units ourselves. And why would you do that? Why would you not choose something good off the shelf, as it were? There are certainly some good options out there, and it's a value judgment. So as an engineer, you're always trying to optimize the compromises. You're always trying to get the most performance and value you can, And in order to achieve the highest level of performance, at a given budget, I think making your own components can be good. And the reason is when you buy an off-the-shelf woofer or tweeter, what have you, there's companies that have a lot of manufacturing expertise and scale, like they have fully robotic assembly lines and things. So sometimes it helps to buy into, another company's ecosystem and sourcing and engineering capabilities, because you actually are improving your buying power in that way. But other times, you're paying for their engineering effort and their markup on their components, and sort of what you're getting in return is their supply chain and their designs. But if you can do some of those things yourself, and do as good a job or a very good job of it, then potentially you could get an equivalent product or an equivalent result for less money, because again, you're not having to pay another company's engineering time and markup and resources and everything. So there's sort of positives and negatives to all of that. Of course, you don't want to engineer everything down to the transistor. You don't want to reinvent the wheel. You want to, hopefully, put your engineering time where it's going to bring the most value. And as a company, I think PS Audio is known for, it's a high-end product, of course, but we're also seen as being high value because we're trying to offer more for your money than you could get from another source a lot of times. And so I think, with loudspeakers, one of the ways we can do that is to, put a lot of the money where the action is happening, which is, in the drive units themselves, and, really engineer those for high performance and try to get a good buy on them and try to manufacture them for a reasonable cost. So, I think that's a very good question, and there's other times where we want to, that might not always be the case, where it actually makes the most sense for our customers to do just the opposite of that, and it really depends on the design and the design goals and all of that, and the volume, and so there's a lot of considerations, but that's one that we're always trying to see, where can we add value, where can we improve performance for a given amount of money. And I appreciate your question. And thanks again, Magnus. Bye-bye.